From high-speed chases that ended in tragedy to daring escapes and incredible skill, these 7 motorcycle pursuits push law enforcement and riders to their absolute limits. Buckle up, it's going to be intense.
X-ray Tom Sam 8911.
1. Georgia State Patrol, Stephen Wilson. And here's where it all kicks off. On December 26, 2022, around 7:18 p.m., a Georgia State Patrol trooper spots a black Kawasaki cruising down Burton Road. Tail light out, license suspended, classic pullover scenario. But this rider, he had no intention of stopping. Within seconds, what should have been a simple traffic stop turns into chaos. The Kawasaki swerves through traffic like a man possessed. Cars honking, people jumping back to avoid being clipped. You can almost feel the tension crackling through the radio chatter. Sterile 25 coming up Burton Road, black motorcycle, taking off today. The trooper is tracking every move, coordinating with backup, heart pounding, but no one can predict how violently this ride will end.
You awake?
And then, bam! Suddenly, the bike smashes into the back of a car. The screech of tires, the crunch of metal. Civilians rush forward, adrenaline surging, trying to help. The trooper is on the ground with Wilson, checking breathing, calling out, trying to keep him awake. You can hear the desperation in his voice. Can you hear me? Stay with me. But despite every effort, it's too late.
Can you hear me?
Parking lot with a Acura TL, Georgia, Tango Echo Paul, 0972 TP.
The rider? 48-year-old Stephen Wilson. His record reads like a nightmare. Multiple warrants, probation violations, contempt of court. And he'd escaped prison, on the run from U.S. Marshals for 6 months. One wrong move, one desperate chase, and it all ends here. Unpredictable, chaotic, and fatal. A harsh reminder of the consequences when speed and lawlessness collide. 2. Arkansas State Police, Michael Owens.
Yes.
And just when you think the first chase was intense, here's one that went sideways in a split second. Trooper Brandon Truan sees a gray sedan moving at an unnatural speed. He strikes the lights, but the driver speeds it, gone in a blur. The hunt, short, yes, but cruel. Cars whizzing by, horns blaring, people ducking out of the way. You can almost feel the strain strangulating the air. Then, however, calamity strikes from nowhere. Caught in the confusion is a biker just trying to get aside to make room for the trooper. The crash is quick, hard metal colliding with flesh, and 63-year-old Michael Owens passes away immediately. The trooper? Small injuries, nothing compared to the horror that happened. That unpredictability makes this quest so terrifying. 1 second, it's just a speeding automobile. The next, life has been altered permanently. The scene is easy to envision. Emergency sirens blaring, police racing, surprised onlookers frozen in incredulity. How swiftly everything might flip upside down. One wrong lane change, one split-second choice, there is no reversing. It makes you ask, what would you have done here? Could you have reacted any faster, or is some chaos just unavoidable? 3. Arkansas State Police, Christopher Gaylor.
42 Little Rock, go ahead and show me 1037.
And now, things get even stranger. A chase that's part high-speed thriller, part fire hazard. Trooper Joseph Killian spots a black Kawasaki ZXJ with no license plate. The rider isn't just ignoring the lights, he's defiant, weaving through traffic, running red lights like he owns the road. Killian is right behind, radioing updates to coordinate backup, trying to predict every move. Every turn feels like a ticking clock. Every lane change a gamble.
We're westbound, coming up on Allen Street.
Westbound on Allen.
10-4, Allen and Chandler. We're taking Chandler Street right now.
Then it escalates. Trooper Austin Duncan deploys a taser, not once, but twice. Sparks fly, but nobody expected what happens next. The suspect's backpack, carrying gasoline, ignites. Flames flare up instantly, and Christopher Gaylor is engulfed in fire. You can almost hear the chaos, shouts, sirens, and the sickening roar of burning fuel. Miraculously, Gaylor survives. He's hospitalized, recovering from severe burns, and eventually sentenced to 7 years probation. But fate has another twist. Just a year later, he dies in a car crash. The chase itself? Extreme risk at every turn. Unusual, deadly, and utterly unpredictable. It's a reminder that sometimes danger comes from the most unexpected sources. A taser, a backpack, a split-second decision, all can change the outcome entirely. And in moments like this, the stakes aren't just about speed, they're about survival, luck, and how a simple pursuit can spiral into chaos. Have you ever imagined a chase could get this dangerous, where even the tools meant to stop someone can turn lethal? It's wild, and it's terrifying. 4. Arkansas State Police, Tucker Collins.
Please head it back to me.
And just when you think chases can't get any more chaotic, here comes Tucker Collins. 2 motorcycles and a Dodge Charger launch into a high-speed race on Highway 112. One bike missing a headlight and plate. Officers chase as the biker weaves through county roads before hitting a dead end. Instead of surrendering, Tucker Collins panics, turning back and melting down under pressure. His frantic pleas clash with the calm control of troopers who contain the chaos. A shocking twist follows. An unregistered AA firearm is found. Despite the tension, officers handle it with precision. Collins suffers only a minor shoulder injury before being detained. A clear lesson in how panic and poor decisions escalate danger. Have you ever seen someone completely lose it under pressure? That's exactly what this chase shows, and it's both nerve-wracking and fascinating to watch. 5. Arkansas State Police, Blake McDaniel.
42 behind me. 42 going in past me. Past me.
And here's one that's all about persistence and raw skill. April 1st, 2024, U.S. Highway 167. Blake McDaniel, 30 years old, is tearing down the highway well above the speed limit. The world blurs past him. Tires gripping asphalt. Adrenaline pumping through every move.
40 in airport, up behind the bike. 40 degrees trying to block it. Okay, whoever's going, go. I need one of those 3 units to cancel, because we're not going to leave the county uncovered.
Deputy Brian High tried pulling over Blake McDaniel, but the biker refused to stop, turning the highway into a dangerous cat-and-mouse game. 3 attempts to box him in raised the stakes, each move filled with split-second precision. On the 3rd try, McDaniel finally crashed. Metal screeched, dust rose, and chaos gave way to silence. Emergency crews responded quickly. Injuries were minor. McDaniel was taken to jail, adrenaline drained. This chase wasn't just about speed. It highlighted skill, strategy, and persistence. McDaniel evaded capture at every turn, but determined officers proved that patience and nerve can outmatch reckless defiance in high-speed pursuits. 6th Massachusetts State Police, Colin James Webb.
I'll make the flip at 129 at 2. Station IQ, advise 15 Alpha, I'm going to be late for roll call for the fireworks.
And now, a chase that's more about brains than brute force. A Massachusetts state trooper spots a young biker acting erratically on the interstate. No license plate, no visible compliance. But instead of flashing lights in immediate pursuit, the officer tails quietly, watching, waiting, letting the situation unfold just enough to keep control. You can almost feel the tension building, not from speed but from patience. 2 days later, all of that meticulous observing is rewarded. Arrested is the biker, a 19-year-old named Colin James Webb. And the claims? Speeding, assault with a deadly weapon, and assault and battery on a police officer. A remarkable 12 counts. This was a calculated, strategic, and eventually successful pursuit rather than a reckless chase. 7. Brazil, iconic Rome motorcycle pursuit. And finally, the chase that almost feels like a video game brought to life. 2017 São Paulo. Narrow streets, alleys that twist like a maze, and a suspect thinking he can outsmart a police motorcycle unit called Rome. These officers aren't your average patrol. They train every 15 days, perfecting maneuvers, sharp turns, and rapid response skills. The suspect tries everything. Tight alleys, sudden sharp turns, even dangerous tricks that put pedestrians and bystanders at risk. But the Rome officer doesn't relent. You can almost hear the roar of the engine, the skidding tires on cobblestones, and the tension of inching closer despite every hazard. Every move the rider makes, the officer matches it, weaving with precision, patience, and nerves of steel. The climax? The suspect runs out of gas, or his bike breaks down after climbing a set of stairs. He can go no further. Arrested at last, the chase ends not in a crash or fire, but in strategy, skill, and training. It's an incredible demonstration of urban pursuit tactics, showing just how much skill goes into law enforcement outside the U.S. Watching this, you realize speed alone doesn't win. Planning, precision, and specialized training are just as critical. It's breathtaking, tense, and shows the global extremes of motorcycle pursuits. From devastating fatalities to incredible skill and sheer determination, these 7 pursuits revealed the extreme dangers of motorcycle chases. Law enforcement courage, split-second decisions, and unpredictable rider behavior make these incidents unforgettable. Speed, risk, and chaos. These chases prove reality can be more intense than fiction. Like, share, and subscribe for more.